Having witnessed firsthand the unimaginable plight of poverty in sub-Saharan Africa, coupled with the frightening trail of devastation caused by the ravages of the AIDS epidemic, it became evident to us that we could no longer be silent spectators in this daily tragedy. But where to start? Where could we, just an ordinary couple, and what could we do to make any impact? I guess the words which have most impacted and encouraged us all along the way, in which we have seen the reality on a daily basis, are, with a little, so much can be done. The New Dawn Association charity was subsequently founded and officially registered in France, whose aim is to assist most desperate orphans and needy people initially in sub-Saharan Africa. Over the years, we have had the privilege and joy of being able to stand alongside needy people, orphans, and children who once had no hope, and we have seen countless lives being radically changed. As we share with our family, our friends, and people who cross our path about the way people's lives have been transformed, seeds are sown and hearts are ignited. Others sense that perhaps they too can stretch out their hands and help a desperate widow or needy orphan child. It is in this way that the work has grown, and that growth is being maintained. One of the main projects of the New Dawn Association, which we have worked alongside since the beginning in 2005, is the Arise and Shine Kogoni Orphanage and project in Kisumu, Kenya. The hub of this project is an orphanage caring for 28 children, but the benefit of the project reads out far beyond the boundaries of the orphanage into a very poor and needy community of mainly widows and hundreds of local needy children. Medical camps with HIV counseling and testing units are run every year, and even an eye camp bringing a team of doctors and surgeons to examine and operate on a wide range of eye problems, restoring sight to many people. The twice-weekly porridge program for over 100 local children, 10 widows empowerment programs, the Desperate Widows Group, and elected by the community, they receive twice weekly hot meals and monthly home visits with food and necessity packs. All this flows out of the orphanage site. New Dawn Association raises and oversees the monthly running costs of this most worthy project, and of course, a vital element of this assistance is focused providing an education for the 28 resident children. We consider that apart from the stable, loving home base which the orphanage provides, the best gift each of these children can have is a chance to attend school. There are thousands of children in Kenya who are deprived of an education, mainly because of poverty, and also because AIDS has ravaged family life, robbing young children of a normal childhood. Instead of going to school, many children are constrained to head up households in the place of dead or dying parents. Many have to seek work to bring in money. Others are abandoned, having no parental care, and many end up on the streets seeking a way to survive. When new children come to the Arise and Shine orphanage, they are coming from such tough backgrounds that they are not ready to go straight into primary school. So Nancy, the Kenyan leader of the project, decided to open a nursery school. This is so that children can be taught to read well enough to pass the interview before they are accepted into the primary school. Most of the children are ages 3 to 8 years old, depending on their background. A trained nursery school teacher has been appointed and employed at Arise and Shine. The school was expanded to a total of 20 children, and also accommodates local needy children. From nursery school, the children go to primary school. The Kenyan government provides state education, which is primary school, free, which in theory is grades 1 to 8. However, there are many extra costs which have to be paid for. These include extra tuition, monthly exams, payment for support staff, all not paid for by the government, electricity and water, mock exams, and compulsory holiday tuition and school uniforms, shoes, exercise books, and school bags. All of this comes to approximately 16 euros per child, or about $16 per month per child. In these schools, the classes can consist of more than 80 children with just one teacher. The children work through classes 1 through 8, and in class 8, they then sit for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education. If they are successful, then they are eligible for a place in a high school, usually for boarders. This is a 4-year course. However, in Kenya, high school is not paid for by the government, and generally the comprehensive costs for 1 year can amount to as much as 400 euros. When one considers that the minimum wage for the people in the local community who are fortunate enough to find work can be as low as 2 euros a day, it is not difficult to imagine the impossible burden some families find themselves faced when hoping to educate their children. When a child has reached the limit of his or her educational capabilities, or when she or he does not want to continue with formal education studies, they can take up a wide range of excellent vocational courses. For girls, this can be tailoring or hairdressing, secretarial, and for the boys, carpentry, mechanical training, and horticulture. These courses last for up to 3 years and cost, according to tuition, accommodation, and duration, as much as 20,000 shillings per year, which can be as much as 500 or 600 euros, or nearly $1,000 a year. Other costs for uniform and special protective clothing, tools, materials vary, but generally follow a similar scale for pupils attending the school. This is a very commendable way forward, and in fact, the chances of forging a good career and making a good living are just as bright and as going through the academic education process. With almost a whole generation dying early from AIDS, parents have not passed on skills to their children, as had been done for generations. And there is a dire need for children to be trained in these essential skills.